Well, I don't really have any awesome thing to go over today. I didn't really have time to do anything cool this week. So this weekend I got a video I'm going to go do that I think will be good. But for now, this will have to suffice. A couple things we can talk about today that aren't exactly vlog topics, but they're kind of topics nonetheless. I had a guy email me and tell me that he updated the XR650L app, and I was like, I don't know what app that is. And it's this app that he made that basically contains all of the general specs for the XR650L, but it doesn't just include like specs, it includes like specifics like torque settings and maintenance intervals and maintenance items, and it even has like Amazon links for purchasing your maintenance items and purchasing aftermarket stuff. It's actually incredible, and it's free. And so he didn't ask me to talk about it or anything. He just asked me if I knew about it and wanted me to know about it, I guess. Basically, if you just go in the Google Play Store or wherever you download your apps, I guess, and just search XR650L, his name is Brandon. Like, that's the name of his little app company, which I imagine is just run by him, Brandon. But he says he's got some other ones in the works, like he's working on a KLR one and some other motorcycle. Download it, man. Like, I definitely need it, because now, like, when I'm doing oil changes and stuff, I don't have to pull out the book, you know, or like if I'm looking at my valves, like when I did my valves recently, I had to look at the book and find all that information, and now it's like it's a button away on my phone. Props to you, Brandon, and thanks for sharing that with me. I hope you get more downloads and all of that good stuff. Sometimes it feels like I don't know what I'm doing, and then I just do it anyway. So, recently, this video that I made like forever ago, it was one of the first vlogs I made actually, where I tried to ride up the side of a mesa. It's been my most popular video, but recently, for whatever reason, YouTube's like featured it more on sidebars, and in like the last 10 days, it collected like 20,000 views. I encourage you, if you'd like to rewatch it or you missed it, go look that thing up. It's called like Trying to Ride Up a Mountain or something. It's got like 70,000 views. You'll find it. But anyway, the AdSense revenue from that is kind of unexpected. Basically, I got extra revenue from it, so it looks like I'm going to get an AdSense payment this month or next month. And with that money, some more of the items on my list of stuff that I need for this bike. I'm getting the windscreen. I'm going to be getting a toolkit, like a proper nice toolkit. And there's something else which I need the windscreen, the toolkit, a motorcycle center stand thing, so I could actually do maintenance on this. And then I need an actual tire repair bag and kit, like one of the types that fits on the front fender. I really need one of those. And I need to actually teach myself how to change a tire, because so far I've not had great luck with that. But I'm hoping this payment is big enough that I can purchase all of those things. And we're really making progress on this list of nonsense that I decided I needed before I did some more longer range trips. But I wanted to ask about opinions on windscreens, because I got a few different ideas, and I figured why not have people vote. It worked pretty well when I got this bike, so you can vote on my windscreen. Anyway, so my options are, basically, there's this one that's probably the cheapest one. It's also potentially the most practical. It's called the Spitfire. It's kind of a full coverage screen. It's supported by the handlebar area, and I believe it's removable. I'm okay with how it looks. I think it's the most standard style full coverage windscreen, you know what I mean? And it looks like it would serve my purposes just fine. The second option is the C. Bailey's screen, where if you search XR650L windscreens, you'll pretty much always see this one come up. There's the Commuter, which is like the big, tall, thin, narrow one. And then there's the Super Sport, which I love the look of. It's kind of a half-height screen. I freaking love it. The problem is, obviously, well, I'm in a rut. Problem is, obviously, it's not a full coverage screen, so like I don't know if that's even going to really help me with my the issue of needing a windscreen. But I love it, and if I wasn't making these YouTube videos, that's probably the one I would choose. Then the third option that I'm considering is a rally fairing, because for the same price, Rally Raid in the UK makes a race-inspired front fairing for this. It comes up probably to about there, and I think they look really cool, just because it kind of reminds me of like the XR650L race bikes, and I could eventually like tuck things behind there. Like I could use that as an area to mount my phone or to mount a GPS unit. But the look itself, I think, is something that people don't all agree with. And since this bike is a big part of the channel, I want people to have a voice about that. So I mean, if I was left to my own devices at this point, I'd probably end up going with the Spitfire screen. But I want people to let me know what they think they want or what they like. A couple things I've been thinking about. One, I'd like to make some more stickers, and I want to know if there's an interest in that. Like, if I make stickers, would people want them? And if you want them, would you be willing to pay for them? Because frankly, if I make stickers, I'll send them out for free. I guess that's an awkward thing to ask people to answer, but the reality is, if you buy them, the entire thing becomes a kind of a fundraising campaign instead of just me tossing you some swag. Anyway, I'm gonna design one pretty soon, and I'll let people know when I got some ideas drawn up. I'm not gonna use like the main logo where it just says Fridays the Bomb. That's the last one I did, where I had like this little black square sticker. With this one, I think I'm gonna make it a little more stylish. I'm gonna abbreviate it, just have FTB, and then arrange that in a way that looks cool. And I'm gonna make them like vinyl transfer stickers. So instead of having like a background or whatever, it'll just be the lettering, but there won't be like a background to the sticker. But let me know if you want one. That's something that people are into, and we can make that work. Other than that, I've been thinking about making a Twitter account. Actually, that's not true. I made a Twitter account. I'm wondering if people are people into that? Like, does anybody that watches this, does anybody have a Twitter account? That's something you'd want to pay attention to, because like, I find myself occasionally having thoughts that I'd like to express in social media, and I can't just express that in Instagram, because you have to post a picture in Instagram. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, if people are into the Twitter thing, I'm down to start posting on Twitter. I don't know. I figure if I get 10 or more followers from this, then I'll start doing it. And if not, whatever. It's a truck over here that's like potentially abandoned, or someone's hiding in it. Oh, they got a jack under it. Like maybe something broke. Oh yeah, he's got a fucking jack down there attached to something. I don't know. Yeah, that's something else I've learned recently. Instead of buying a Jeep, I ended up buying a Toyota 4Runner. It's a 1997. It's stock and everything. Everybody told me not to buy a lifted Jeep, and the more I looked, the more I don't know, they all seemed overpriced. I didn't want to buy one. Then I found this 4Runner, and I realized they're nicer trucks, I think. The interiors are nicer, they're more reliable, probably. Seems like a better option. So that's what I got. Recently I took it out for its first off-road trip, which wasn't technically off-road, but it was kind of a lot of rough driving. Like it was like basically 80 miles of forest road in one weekend. And on my way out, the battery holder was snapped. Unbeknownst to me, the battery was flailing around the engine compartment, and it severed its own negative cable. So like right as I reached pavement, the truck died, and I managed to wire it, tape it all back up and zip tie the battery back in place. But basically the whole drive home didn't have a ground on the battery, and my gauges were going crazy, and it was a freaking mess. But that truck reminded me of it, because I realized that like when you do actually go off-roading in a truck or a car, stuff's gonna break, and on this motorcycle that doesn't really happen. There aren't as many moving parts. It's built for off-road performance, really, the bike is. Anyway, sorry that this wasn't much of a video. I'm gonna try to film something neat this weekend and have something fun for next week.